Hi everyone. Almost all of the math knowledge required in the quantitative section of the GRE, you actually learned back in elementary school and middle school. The GRE quantitative section needs your knowledge of arithmetic, remember addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. It needs some very elementary algebra and a little bit of geometry. Remember, like circles and pi r squared, triangles, the hypotenuse. Remember those things? So the first big takeaway for this overview of the quantitative section, you are not tested on advanced mathematical concepts, but only very basic concepts that are expected to be a part of everyone's academic background. There was a time when we all knew these basic concepts about math. We just haven't used these concepts in a while, right? And that's okay. You're just rusty, that's all. Almost all of us must refresh our memory of the math that we learned back in middle school and high school, and that's pretty normal. Second takeaway in this section, this also brings up one special topic as we approach the quantitative section, and that is dealing with frustration when trying to solve a math problem, especially when we're unfamiliar and we just haven't done it for a long time. And that's okay. When you begin studying for the quantitative section for the GRE, you'll likely experience, like most people, frustration from your lack of practice of those math skills. And so our number two big takeaway is about dealing with frustration. It's just a part of the GRE. Really smart people like us are not accustomed to struggling, not accustomed to failure, not accustomed to getting problems wrong. Well, here's what happens. People like us encounter the GRE and we start getting questions wrong, and it becomes very easy to self-doubt. It is important that you notice and control your reactions to struggle in this section of the GRE. And the quantitative section is always the first place that it shows up. Remember that getting some answers wrong is a perfectly normal part of the GRE experience. Even people that got a high score on the GRE still got some questions wrong, and probably in the quantitative section. But not letting it affect your performance. This is a practice skill, this controlling your own reaction to frustration. That is a practice skill. And I want you to think about this as part of the test. The GRE test makers, the designers, built in this frustration to see how you handle it, to see how you react. When you're frustrated, do you get flustered? Do you fall to pieces? When you're flustered, can you recover quickly? Practice recovering quickly when flustered. That too is a skill. It's a practiced test-taking skill. Now the point is this. I'm going to teach you some advanced test-taking skills. Advanced test-taking skills come from paying attention to what you are thinking and what you are feeling during the GRE, when you're answering and practicing GRE questions. Practice recovery from fluster. Pull yourself together, keep moving forward, focus on the next problem. Test taking itself is a practice skill. Stay cool, calm, keep working. I want you to consciously work on this as you study for the GRE. Managing frustration is part of the GRE test. Managing it well contributes directly to a high score. Managing it poorly contributes directly to a low score. And that brings me to my last big takeaway for this section. I want you to think that the GRE has four parts to it. There's a verbal section, there's a quantitative section, there's an analytical writing section, right? But there's a fourth section that I call the test experience itself. The test experience, things like frustration and managing fluster. The test experience measures how you handle pressure during the test, especially how you manage the study time in the weeks leading up to the test. This is all what I call part of the test experience. Do you study in those weeks leading up or not? During the test, do you fall apart when things get stressful, or do you pull yourself together and keep plowing forward? In my opinion, this fourth part of the GRE, the test experience, is the most difficult part of the GRE exam. The truth is, high GRE scorers keep their composure when flustered. They show that emotional toughness I referred to earlier. Second, high GRE scorers, in the face of a challenge, they fight off self-doubt. They don't start wondering to themselves, gosh, can I do this? I hope I can do this. Maybe I'm not as smart as I thought I was. They fight that off. Third, high GRE scorers possess stamina, that is, long-lasting concentration and attention span during this 2-hour exam. That's a long time. Guys, all of this are advanced test taking skills. They are all practiced skills. While you're studying for the GRE, we practice the skill of test taking itself, and we get better every day that we practice. So in summary, an overview of this quantitative section. Remember that almost all of the required math knowledge you actually learned, that you need for this GRE, you actually learned back in elementary school and middle school, guys. Arithmetic, very elementary algebra, and a little bit of geometry. You just need to refresh your memory to do this well again. Number 2, handling frustration is part of the GRE test itself. Handling it well contributes directly to a high score. Handling it poorly contributes directly to a low score. And controlling your reaction to frustration is a practiced skill and a part of the GRE exam. Lastly, number 3, consider that there's a 4th section of the GRE, and I call it the test experience. It measures how you handle the pressure during the test, especially how you manage the study time in the weeks leading up to the test. In my opinion, the test experience is the most difficult part of the GRE exam. Those are the big takeaways, guys, from this overview of the quantitative section here in Module 1. Thank you.